YouTube, man, what's going on? It's LNH back with another vid, man, and we gotta talk about this, man. You know, Julian Newman has been in the spotlight for a minute, and a lot of people are continuing to wonder after each update, man, how has this dude's career progressed thus far? What is going on with him? But man, a lot of things are happening behind the scenes, and we're gonna break it down and get right into it. But man, if you do like these type of vids, like the vid, sub to the channel. But let's get right into it. Now, of course, you guys know by now the biggest speculation about this dude and his entire career is what is going on. Did he lie about his offers, and did he actually end up signing with the NBL? Well, unfortunately, guys, as a lot of you know this by now, man, number one, I think the biggest issue that we got to look at his career is how self-centered he is as a hooper. A lot of times, especially on the basketball court, I think he does things to get attention more than win basketball games, which of course long-term probably ended up sabotaging somewhat of his career, as well as a lot of people state that his father was the main reason why he didn't really get farther, because of course he had talent when he was younger. This dude was averaging probably 20-30 points a game, only being very young, probably not even high school at the time, playing varsity. And you can question the competition for sure, but at the end of the day, his age and what he was doing back then was super impressive. But as time progressed, people really did not respect this dude's game at all. They just said he was a ball hog, loved to shoot the basketball, and he really fell off. Now, one thing I can say about him is despite him actually being that type of player on the basketball court, we cannot deny that he can play the game of basketball. He can clearly dribble pretty well, although he may not use his dribbles efficiently. And for a shot, he definitely does have somewhat of a shot. Being at that height, you know, the best way to be able to score is to be able to shoot the basketball, which I do have to give him credit for. But a lot of people are really wondering, and what I've been trying to get down to the bottom line is about, first and foremost, the college offers, and second, this NBL situation. Now, after being in talks with Julian Newman in the DMs, man, I gotta say, this dude is still looking pretty sketchy in my opinion, especially with these college offers. Now, putting up a screenshot here and going back and forth with Jamie, he pretty much was stating that the real reason there's a lot of speculation and skepticism about Julian Newman's college offers was because they didn't think he would have eligibility. Now, in this case, this really doesn't make sense because you guys know even somebody like LaMelo Ball, in fact, did get some type of college offer because and a lot of people even knew he wasn't going to be eligible, but they still showed a lot of interest. So I really don't buy this type of excuse from him whatsoever, and it definitely still looks like a sketchy situation for sure. Now, on the other hand, of course, Julian is probably only around 5'5" to maybe 5'7", if that, and I think he would have a super hard time even competing at the college level. How many really highly recruited players do we see that are even pretty short or even maybe even taller than Julian Newman and still have a lot of issue playing college basketball and even being an effective player? And that's why I think it would really be a stretch for this dude to really even be able to compete at that college level. But again, I think on the other hand, we just have to look at the business side. And when we do look at that, of course, this dude is going to get ticket sales. And yes, I think the biggest thing people are not noticing about Julian is he has really turned into an influencer at this point. Since we have not seen any progression in his basketball career, I honestly think the best thing to do would be to try to be somebody like T-Jazz or maybe even Nick Briz or Devontae Friga and go hoop at these parks, because at the end of the day, we still have not really seen any solidified information on what's going on with these college coaches, of course, and also in addition, this NBL offer, which they did actually state in his Overtime TV show that he was going to Australia to go play for the NBL. But again, that was recorded in about February, and we still haven't seen any updates on what's going on with that situation, which makes the whole thing look super sketchy. Now, when our only source of truth is somebody like Julian Newman and his word, I think it's going to be tough to believe if Julian is actually going to the NBL or not. I think we really need some type of official information, some type of report, because of course this speculation and word of mouth really is not getting the job done unless we do hear it from a super reputable source. Now, there has also been some speculation about Julian Newman actually joining the overtime league. And you guys know, with a lot of these recent Hoopers signing, people were thinking that this was going to be a possibility. But I'm going to shut down these rumors once and for all, because this is completely false. Julian Newman has 0% chance of going to the overtime league. And the reason why I'm saying this is because he's already too old. At this point, if you guys don't know, the overtime league ages were actually only 16 to 18 years old. And with that being said, him already being out of high school, pretty much in this intermediate period where he's doing his thing, trying to get an offer, trying to play somewhere else, they're not going to be able to sign him. He's just too old and would not be able to go that route unless they bend the rules for that. But I really do not see that happening whatsoever. Now, I think one of the toughest things that we notice about Julian's game is it really hasn't progressed as much as we thought it would from when he was younger. And that's what's so tough about this dude's game, was because he was so talented at a young age that people would have thought that the older he got, he would have improved even more. But clearly, I think that a lot of the competition in his age group really caught up to him, and he didn't grow any taller. And of course, mixed with a bad attitude, it really made a recipe for a disaster in terms of going and actually playing at the next level. But I think besides basketball, just doing his thing with Overtime, the TV show, I'm sure he's signing a ton of deals. He's always doing promos on Instagram. I think he's doing pretty well for himself. Even his brand, they are doing pretty well. So of course, he may not be playing at the highest level, which is okay, and there's no hate on that whatsoever. But for sure, on the other hand, he's definitely doing his thing with the brand and the type of attention he does bring on the basketball court, and of course off the basketball court. But I think that's the name of the game nowadays. We see the GOs, we see all these other influencers, and they're able to just gain so much popularity from the basketball that they do play. I think that really should be the next best thing for Julian Newman, if for sure, and I'm going to say if right here, if we do not see this NBL deal fall through. Now, Julian has actually been spotted playing with a ton of different pros in all of these celebrity games, but we actually have not seen him play a regular game in a minute. And I think for sure, one thing we can say is I think he's improved on his game, because we don't see as much ISO dribbling. And I think if he really works on his game, tries to get his teammates involved, he may actually have a shot at playing at the next level. I really don't think it's done for his career, and especially him being so young. He definitely has the talent, for sure has the handle, but I think it's just about identifying his role on the basketball squad and getting his teammates involved, being a true point guard. Because at the next level, you know he's not going to be able to score 20, 30 points in a game being at that height, but him actually being able to get his teammates involved will be the main factor, and I think that could really propel him to the next level. And I think what people also forget was Julian was actually playing against some pretty good competition not too long ago when he was in high school playing for his father's squad. They did play against IMG and a number of really good teams, where I can't always say Julian Newman performed the best, but he definitely did some things on the court that were pretty impressive when they did play these teams. But yeah, his team did lose a lot of times when they were playing the IMGs and the highly ranked teams. But at the end of the day, man, he has played against pretty solid competition, and I'm curious, what do you guys think the future holds for him? Man, Jamie is still saying that he's going to the NBL, while other people are stating that it's completely false, that he has no shot at playing at that type of league. And I'm curious, what do you guys think about the entire situation? You guys know I'm always here to update you on this situation, but man, it is still looking pretty fishy in my eyes. You guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like the vid, sub to the channel, turn on post notifications, get a notification every time I upload a new video, and drop any video suggestions you do have in the comments down below. Appreciate each and every one of you. Selling each and out.